It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we've got ourselves a Super Bowl 50 rematch. It's the Carolina Panthers and the Denver Broncos, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
Fittingly named in part for its considerable elevation. We're at Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver, Colorado. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Hewitt. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as the default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And off we go from Denver. Moore with a return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So now out comes the Panther offense for its initial drive of the game. Bringing him out, coming off a tough rookie season as the top pick in the 2023 draft is Bryce Young.
I think when Bryce Young heard his name called to Carolina a couple years ago, he knew that he was in for a rebuild. He knew that it might be some tough circumstances, but I don't think he could have ever imagined the kind of beating he took both physically, mentally, emotionally in a 2-14 season. But we know this also in the history of football. There have been a lot of #1 picks that have been knocked down. And it's not about getting knocked down, it's about coming off that mat. Many of them have, and I know Carolina will look for some positive steps out of the second-year player this season.
And he works his way for a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Out of the gun, Young finds a man. Deontay Johnson has it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Slot receiver headed left. To the air on 1st down, Young. Complete to Tremble. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. That's Baron Browning who makes the stop. Second down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap now to Young. Tremble with the grab. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. A 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. Into traffic, complete. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Sent down by Cody Barton.
Well, that right there, Kate, that is the epitome of trust, and trust in your big physical tight end. Throwing his way into double coverage. You may question the decision when the ball leaves his hands, but it's tough to question when it produces results like that.
Here's 2nd and 7. Connection made to Tremble. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Motion man sent left. Young on 1st and 10. That's complete to Leggett. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Second and 6 coming up here. Sticking to the air, it's Young. This is reeled in by Leggett. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. A nice gain of 8 there, and it brings them to 1st and goal. Here he goes on the bootleg. He's on the move. And he will score. It's a Carolina touchdown. The Panthers finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Bryce Young touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Eddie Pinheiro on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Panthers will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Broncos, nothing.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Here's Tremont Smith with the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be let out by the final quarterback taken in the first round of this year's draft. A lot of experience from Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
I know technically, Kate, that Bo Nix is a rookie. But geez, watching him perform over 61 starts, 5 years of college football. This is a grown-up. This is an adult the Broncos are getting. So much experience, and he's going to be able to handle such a deep playbook for these Broncos.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And he's tackled for a short gain. Following the run, we see he's still out there dealing with some sort of injury. They'll head out to check on him. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Nix from the gun. We'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Out of the gun, it's Nix. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Broncos looking at a punt on 4th down, and Riley Dixon on to handle that. Looking to return from the 29. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And it's going to be Panthers football. They're set up at the 35 now. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
They will not get another playoff. We're at the end of one. Neither side separating much so far. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're ready to go with the second quarter. It's Panthers football. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. Counterplay, Hubbard. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. P.J. Locke getting there for the stop. It's about a 4-yard pickup, and they'll still be playing the sticks. 3rd and 11 coming up.
A modest gain on the counter. A good recovery there from the front 7, Kate. They bought the fake initially, but adjusted just in time to limit the damage headed the other direction.
On 3rd down, it's Young. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, he just couldn't quite hang on.
So on 4th down now, the Panthers calling an All-Pro several times over. It's Johnny Hecker for the punt. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And the Broncos get set to take over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. He just throws this one away.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing here, Nix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
I think everybody in the building was already thinking about the next play to run as they watched that short throw to the tight end. That's a gimme. You don't expect to see many of those dropped.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. McLaughlin's got it, complete. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Give to Williams from the gun. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Another run for Williams. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They stay on the ground with Williams. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. Oh, the football's loose. Panthers pick this one up. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a 1st down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
Carolina about set to go once again offensively. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. The Broncos with some work to do, trailing in this game. So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on 3rd. That heater is going to fall to the turf.
I'll tell you this, Kate, that's where you got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute. Both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play call back.
Riley Dixon on the punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Panthers are going to take over deep in their own territory. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Young working from the gun. Makes the grab in bounds left side. Hits the 20. To the house. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers grow their lead just before halftime. Deontay Johnson with the touchdown. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
Extra point try now from Pinheiro. The point after splits the uprights. And the Panthers double their lead to 14. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Marvin Mims now to return it. And look at this return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The Broncos about to get going on offense. Javonte Williams headed back out now. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. They've got first down from the 31. Nick's looking to throw. Got a man, it's Marvin Mims.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. From the 41. Into a crowd and, oh, intercepted. And the Panthers bring it all the way back inside the red zone before he's finally hauled down.
That's so cool. He really did it all for him, didn't he? First he forced the turnover, and then he set them up in a better spot with a really nice return. Yeah, he had designs on doing the scoring for him, too. One more move, and he might have broken it for 6.
The Panthers are headed out there on offense alongside Deontay Johnson for this series. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now Young. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Young throwing here. Has it at the 7. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Now it's Young. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. It's 2nd and goal.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Young. Caught near the pylon.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Hubbard with some fancy footwork there for the touchdown. The Panthers boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Extra point try now from Pinheiro. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Panthers stretch their lead to 21.
Broncos, nothing.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Broncos get the football, not a lot of time left in the half. And losing by 3 scores, they'll have a final chance to take at least 3 off the deficit before halftime. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception, he's looking to throw. As a man, that's Cortland Sutton. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he runs it down inside the 15 before going out. Give him 30 yards on that one. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside. Look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helps set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. The throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Second and 3 now. They'll throw again. Nix. Got Williams, and it's complete. Touchdown, Denver. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock, getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game.
Yeah.
That's well done.
Will Lutz now on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos get it back to a 14-point game. Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. Raheem Blackshear now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. 19 seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Big shot to begin the drive, has him up beyond the 40. To the air on first down, Young. And that one's gonna fall incomplete. No luck there, just 11 seconds remaining. Look at that time for Deontay Johnson. And it's gonna be second down.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
He'll throw it. Buys time, rolling right. Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. So we've arrived at halftime, and the Panthers impressive so far. They've got a lead so far on the road. Now we'll send you to our studios in Orlando and Jonathan Coachman for a look around the league with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. It was a running back, Chuba Hubbard, who put together a solid first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Broncos with their offense headed out for our first possession of the half. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Play action with Nix. Finds Mims. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Nix with it on first. Complete to Mims. He's got it in the red zone. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
I can guarantee you that's going to be in Tell the Truth Monday right there in the film room, front and center, showing you the importance of tackling in the open field. An opportunity to cut him down sooner, but the broken tackle allowed him to add those extra yards to the catch.
Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. 1st and goal here. Keeping it on an option to the right. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Broncos cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Bo Nix touchdown! My partner up here is pumping his fist after that one. That is how you run an option as a quarterback. Good read to hang on to it and do it himself.
Yeah, because I could never do that, not even close. But when the defense overplays and you run that option, you get that good 2-on-1, more times than not, they will commit to the more dangerous guy, the running back. But you leave a lane, this quarterback can do some damage as well.
Extra point try now from Lutz. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. Just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Moore with a return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And I think by this point we can all agree, Brock, that he is not going to be stopped until the clock stops at the end of this game. He just continues to make catches count in this second half. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Young on the play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
They call play action. Would have been better to actually give it to him on a carry right there, Kate. The front was fooled for about a split second, if that. And that play call ended up working in their favor as it leads to a sack.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out.
Now here's a spot where the timing's got to be absolutely perfect, Kate, between the quarterback and the receiver. That throw is made before that receiver's ever thinking of coming out of his cut. Too early, it's incomplete. Too late, and it's headed the other way.
On 3rd down, it's Young. That's going to be caught by Mingo. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
How many times, Kate, do we see those routes, those horizontal east-to-west routes, just get that 1st down on these critical 3rd down situations? It takes tremendous eyes, tremendous speed, and a tremendous want-to by the defense to stop that short.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. This one is fair caught, but let's see what that flag's all about. This drive may not be done.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a 1st down.
Automatic 1st down.
This drive should have been over, partner, but running into the punter gives him new life and this 1st down. They'll run here following the penalty. And he gets some good yardage down to the 42. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 3 now. From the 42. Got Mingo, it's complete. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Here's Hubbard on the give. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. John Franklin Myers coming in to clean things up. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. They put a receiver in motion here left. Here we go, 2nd and 9. This is reeled in by Leggett. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down. Now motion Johnson right. From the red zone now. Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Young working from the gun. Has it down close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's the Panthers in possession of it, needing to preserve that lead over one final quarter. Third and a lone yard coming up. Sticking to the air, it's Young. Escapes the pocket. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. They'll run for it, Hubbard. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They only needed a couple, and that is what they got. Not the most impressive game, but a big one as they get the 1st.
Well, I know everybody on that offensive side of the ball appreciates that kind of effort. Got it by more than just a couple of inches. In fact, no need for a measurement on that as they move the chains.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Looking touchdown, but can't connect.
Oh, those linebackers. Those linebackers. They seem to be in the thick of every play and some of the quickest reaction times out there. He needed a quick reaction there to get a finger on the throw. It changed its direction.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. Up the middle, Hubbard. And he will take this across. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Extra point try now from Pinheiro. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Panthers double their lead to 14.
Broncos 14.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Denver set to take the field on offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing on first down, Nix. Cut out left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Chased out to his right. He's on the move. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Offense in the hurry up here. First down from the red zone. He brings it in. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Out of the gun, it's Nix. And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception, but nearly a turnover in the end zone.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Now Nix on third down. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. J.C. Horn to pick it off.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
I've talked to running backs over the years, Kate, in the transition from the college game to the pro game. They'll tell you, there's just times in the NFL you got to run into darkness. You run into a lot of bodies. Perfect example of that on the 1st down play.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Panthers nearing a win here with a 14-point lead. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Hubbard again. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. They've got 1st down from the 31. They run again with Hubbard. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. Second down now, 7 to go. Hubbard trying this up the gut. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. First and 10 from the 41. Here's a give to Hubbard. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Now the Broncos take their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Handoff running right, Hubbard. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Young. He lofts it deep left. It is caught at the 20. And he gets this forward to the 19. They get 37 on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Panthers beginning to celebrate their win here as they take a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's the Panthers who take this one on the road. And this is a game that proves every Pee Wee and Pop Warner and high school coach across the country correct, Brock. Teams who make fewer mistakes and turnovers gonna win a lot of football games. They kept the football, they forced a couple of turnovers, and that was a big part of the difference in this one.